The dream is real.
Yeah. Can I get a standing ovation for the authentic voice of culture? We are TKBS, and I'm about to be a vampire for Halloween. But how you doing? TKBS Nation, you good? What you do this weekend? I know homecoming started all over the place. Big shout out to TSU, huh? Shout out to my dog, Eric Austin, hit me up. They said, man, Jeezy killed this shit, man, but you should have came on for him, man. It's TSU, cut the bag next year, okay? It was Spellhouse Homecoming. We'll talk about that also momentarily. Were you outside engaging at your alma mater? Were you at the crib, on your couch? I heard this saying this past weekend. They say, if you always outside and not in your house, that means you really don't like your home. So what I suggest you do is get some plants and some pictures that remind you of some good shit, some furniture that you actually think is comfortable and love on your home, ladies and gentlemen. Big shout out to Tiffany Hamilton Burns. She moved in a new estate. Okay, that's right. Carrying furniture on the phone with me this weekend. She almost killed herself. All right, I'm gonna fell backwards down the steps. The grandkids had to catch the motherfucker. I was on the phone. Y'all gonna believe me one day when I tell y'all these stories about Tiffany Hamilton Burns. Why you laughing over it? You know what I'm telling you? Oh, how was my weekend? Well, let me tell you what I did this weekend. We started off the week with Kyle Burns, a.k.a. St. Prana. He had his first performance, y'all. That's right. It was at Spellhouse Homecoming at the Dome. Big shout to my dog, Fly Guy DC, my brother from another mother, Alex Gidwan. He owns the Dome. He did this kickoff concert for Spellhouse. And Kyle did it, y'all. He went on stage. He busted that move. I ain't gonna lie. The first thing he did, right? I was like, because we was in the risers over by the sound thing. And the rest of the people was playing the music through the DJ. But, you know, we had to do a little something special. So we came down the steps. I was like, we're gonna go down the steps. You gonna play the whole thing for the girls in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Spellman in the building, You go to the stage and the beat gonna drop. But as in most first performances, ladies and gentlemen, the music started and it was going great. The girls were screaming. And he gets on stage and he walks around, the beat's supposed to drop and the shit started over, child. Ain't that something, man? That man had it timed perfect, but he was a G. He looked good up there. You know, he from the goddamn sack now. Yeah, I had him. He came from these nuts. But he did it, and he, you know, through all the little inconsistencies, he performed, and I'm proud of him, man. But there's one thing. I gotta tell y'all story time. Give me a story time, Tiffany. Story time. So he's on stage, he gets through Closer. That's his new single, right? You know, it was a little vibey tempo-y joint, right? And he has a new single coming out called Do You Love Me? And I've been on Kyle head, y'all, like you gotta get in front of that mirror and you gotta practice, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do all the things. Think about how you wanna involve the crowd. You know, Daddy, a hype man. This the thing I do know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an artist, but I am an artist. You feel me? And so he had this one part of the song because the song in repetition goes. And so because the song had skipped, he had another intro in front of Do You Love Me? So he had this call and response thing. The girls were like, yeah. Yeah. So I got hype at first because the girls were saying yeah. But why them hating ass little boys start saying no? So you had the girls saying yeah. But it was brilliant because I told them after the show, I said, that's gonna be your call and response down the street at the Georgia Dome. Okay? When that song, when you on top of the world, they gonna be saying that, and you started it right here at the Dome at Spellhouse Homecoming 2025. Get my baby on air horn. Get my air horn. Round of applause. I love you, son. I'm so proud of you, man. Keep creating. The dream is real. All right, and then y'all, I got something else for you. Yeah, something to add to your TKBS watch list. Now, if you are a conspiracy theorist, like I am on the weekends, if you like espionage and spy, well, I got something for you to watch. Give me a drum roll, Tiffany. The Diplomat on Netflix. There are 3 seasons now. I have watched 1 and 2 and started on 3. I need you to catch up. And if you need some good time with your significant other or just something to get off the goddamn phone and do, Watch The Diplomat on Netflix. Add that to your TKBS watch list. And it's now time, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting to episode 158, No Kings. We don't need them, don't want them. We like a democracy. We want people that are going to be thoughtful about the people's needs and execute those plans so that our families can be whole. That's all we want. We don't need nothing else. And that's how the United States of America is feeling right now. For all of my overseas viewers, all the people that are abroad that watch the Kenny Burns show, we're about to break it down. Because the one thing I am noticing is that the news getting out ain't what's happening here on the ground. But that's why you are coming here to be inspired, impacted, and informed, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's what went down over the weekend, because people are tired of this ignorant, incompetent, and insecure president of these United States. That's right. Millions of people showed up across the country because they are concerned and, quite frankly, disappointed in the way that this man is running the country. And of course, we've seen clips with him since the protests come out and say these crowds were nothing, these people are jokes. And there was an AI generated video that this man posted on his Truth Social page where he got into a fighter plane and let go shit on all the people protesting. If that don't tell you what he really thinks about you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to do. This is not something an adult does, let alone the president of the United States, the leader of the free world. Now, I know y'all remember when I did that little Donald Dump. When I created that, you remember that? And we had the little shit emoji. That's you, sir. You are full of shit, doo-doo Don. And that's what I'm seeing in all these protests, ladies and gentlemen. People stepping up to the mic and saying the things, not only are they gonna rub him the wrong way, child, because he gets offended by the shit you do, sir, versus what people got to say about you. You should have the toughest skin, and we're gonna talk about that skin on your neck momentarily. You should have the toughest skin when it comes to what people gotta say. And quite frankly, it's the truth. As a matter of fact, check out what my man Mehdi Hassan had to say. To play that clip.
The great irony is, of course, that Donald Trump is the son of an immigrant, the grandson of an immigrant, and married to an immigrant. In fact, 2 of his 3 wives were immigrants, proving yet again that immigrants will do the jobs that even Americans are not willing to do.
I mean, because being married to you has to be a job. I mean, look at your hair. I mean, every day. Who am I going to see today is what his wives are saying. And I agree, though. I mean, this immigrant conversation is out of this world. To think that there's a pure race of people that are American. America is only immigrants.
Message.
Think about that statement. We are a land built of immigrants. People that came from other places to make this a great place. And sir, you are doing a disservice to the generations of your own people in the way that you're acting. Because I choose to continue to believe in the best of humans. And when I get to the As the World Turns Today and feature the great man that I'm gonna feature with his quotes, you know, he also said that if we can't get past the things that people have done to us and believe in the ideals of what was supposed to be, how are we supposed to be whole, to move forward? And this man continuously shows he is unfit and unworthy to lead us. There is a primary order of things that needs to happen. There is a way of life that should be lived, and there should be guardrails, and there should be things you are held to as far as standards. But this man represents none of them. His everyday actions, how he shows up in life, does not represent you. And we're gonna be on his head. And speaking of being on his head, ladies and gentlemen, in these massive crowds, which he tried to say wasn't nobody out there, there weren't any crowds, and he actually has threatened the media behind the scenes.
As you know, we had, in one case, 60 Minutes had to pay us a lot of money. George Stephanopoulos had to pay us a lot of money. They already paid. You know, they paid me a lot of money because what they did was wrong.
You gotta believe, ladies and gentlemen, that all the things you're seeing on social media, because that's what he said on Air Force One. Oh, you're just seeing this stuff on social media. Well, you're holding the news from reporting it. That's what you're doing behind the scenes. We've seen you sue these companies. Everybody's terrified to go against you, but guess what? We are not. And we're gonna talk about these signs in these crowds so we can amplify them even more. All right, the first one, Tiffany, put it up there. Here's one for your morbid old ass. R.I.P. to checks and balances, 1789 to 2025. You don't want to wish nothing on nobody. I mean, you don't want nothing to happen to the person, but you're looking like you're, okay, never mind. All right, the next one, ladies and gentlemen, the only thing truly safe in America is the Epstein files.
Message.
Release the files, y'all. You know what's gonna happen, Tiffany? They're gonna release them files after he gone, whether he in the ground or out of office, which I don't want to wish anything on anybody, but time wins all the time. But then it's gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? And y'all gonna have to let the destruction of our democracy, it's gonna take us about 10 years at least to fix what he's doing. That's why these local and state elections coming up in 2026 are paramount, but we're gonna get into that momentarily. Here's another sound. No one is paying us to be here. We detest you for free. Round of applause. Give me another air horn as well. I'll tell you for that. Yeah, no one cares about you for real, bro. Like, you really are performative to the point of no ticket sales. You like that? All right, the next one. Free balls for members who lost theirs. I don't even think Donald Trump actually has balls. I've never looked. I've never seen him. Literally, though, he acts like he's being injected with testosterone. That's the way. Okay, great. The next one, ladies and gentlemen, the wrong ice is melting. Yeah. The ice thing is getting a little scary because y'all really are enlisting. You racially motivated people are really the ones enlisting. Tiffany, you've seen it on TV. Every time I'm watching sports, the commercial, we have $50,000 bonuses if you want to sign up for ice. That is a dog whistle if I've ever heard one. Because guess who needs that $50,000? The toothless meth heads in Western Virginia. Yeah, the ones that really get down for MAGA. You know what I mean? Because the way that these protests look, ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't have a foot to stand on. 2026 elections are coming, Donald Trump, and you're in trouble. Don't go start no war so we can't have no elections. Now, you hear?
Don't play with me.
All right, the next one. Orange Lives Matter. We should make that t-shirt. Tiffany, I want to make that t-shirt. Orange Lives Matter. That's the way y'all acting. Because this man lies every single day. And then what's the dude, Speaker Mike Johnson? He had the little furry, what they call him, little furry. There's a gay movement called the Bears or something. Or come on, Tiffany, because I know you know. Don't be whispering that. Don't be proud. You're always talking off camera about the life. Come on.
No, you're right. It is a underground movement that's bubbling under the MAGA GOP, and it's called the Furries movement.
The Furries. So that was what they had on Mike. Okay, cool. I don't know this to be true or not, but you look, sir, like a furry with the little furry thing on your ears. I don't know this to be true, but there's something about you. Bars. Okay, the next one. Respect existence or expect resistance. That one was kind of, yeah. All right, there was another one, ladies and gentlemen. Can't spell hatred without the red hat. It's evident that the red hat is definitely a sign like a sheep. Oh, you see what I did there?
Message.
All right, the next one, girl. He's just not that into you. Hashtag dump Trump. They were talking about the Statue of Liberty, meaning the things that we stand for. Didn't the French want to come get that motherfucker back? Okay, great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and the last one. Alexa, change the president. Child, if it was that easy. Round of applause. I like that segment. Bill Maher, you inspired it. Thank you very much. Also, I want to break down something that I don't think people actually paid attention to. And that's the Time magazine cover. Oh, you vagina neck having Pee-wee man, you. Did you see that? Wait, what was that? Oh my goodness, did you see that? Wait, do it again. Okay, we're just kidding. We didn't create that. But you do look like you got a vagina on your neck, sir. And you're mad. Why? Like, that's your actual neck. Like, you do no chin-ups. You do no exercise. Your neck doesn't get any neck. Oh, I couldn't help it. But Tiffany, I have a conspiracy. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a liar. He did not get shot. I mean, think about what I'm about to show y'all. Tiffany, show the cover one more time. Look at the ear. There's nothing wrong with his ear.
Hello.
And ladies and gentlemen, I don't give a fuck what you say, Photoshop. His ear would be deformed if hit by one of those bullets. That's a perfectly round white ear. He's a liar. He is a bold-faced liar. They created this attempted assassination to further this MAGA movement. Yeah. Ain't no way he got shot in his ear, bro. But I'm going to tell you why he's really in office. All right? Matter of fact, I'm going to let George Stephanopoulos tell you. And I don't want you to let this go over your head, because this is what he's doing. This is what the people he's taking money from is doing. And this is for the people that the dog whistles go out to every week. And it ain't you, America. And especially you, MAGA, it's not you. This is only people that's benefiting from it. Show that clip, Tiff.
The scale is staggering. President Trump and his family are making hundreds of millions, potentially billions of dollars, as Trump and his administration take official actions that benefit contributors and investors. Just this week, we learned of pardons to tax cheats, including a man whose pardon was granted weeks after his mother attended a $1 million head fundraiser with the president. The Trump Media and Technology Group raised nearly $2.5 billion from 50 institutional investors whose identities have not been disclosed. The SEC dropped its lawsuit against the cryptocurrency firm Binance days after Binance began listing the cryptocurrency launched by World Liberty Financial, the crypto firm started by Trump's family. This unprecedented money making by a sitting president and his family, summarized by critics like The Atlantic's David Frum. Nothing like this has been attempted or even imagined in the history of the American presidency, he writes. Throw away the history books, discard feeble comparisons to scandals of the past. There is no analogy with any previous action by any past president. The brazenness of the self-enrichment resembles nothing seen in any earlier White House. This is American corruption on the scale of a post-Soviet republic or a post-colonial African dictatorship.
I need to sip my tea on that one. Let me tell you what I do know. In most of these cases, you have to follow the money. And in this case, he's not even trying to hide it. He was just with the president of Indonesia, and the president was asking to meet with his son Eric, who handled whatever part of the family business, you know what I'm saying, that they gonna do another deal for. Qatar is coming to Idaho or Iowa to put a military base. You're letting a Middle Eastern country that has had ties to terrorism come to America on American soil and put a base? Oh, but they gave him the $400 million jet. That's right. Oh, and they're doing that deal with him, that real estate deal with him. Ladies and gentlemen, this is unbelievable. But if no one's checking him, if he has no one to answer to, because it's surely not the American people, who is the person or people allowing this to happen? We've said many things on this show, ladies and gentlemen, but there's a dude by the name of Nick Fuentes that really breaks down who is behind all of this. Check this clip out.
Peter Thiel, the FBI informant and CIA contractor, Elon Musk, the defense contractor and PayPal mafia member with Peter Thiel, close confidant of David Sachs, and J.D. Vance, who brokered the David Sachs fundraiser with Silicon Valley and Trump, mentored by Peter Thiel, mentored by David Frum, who worked for Bill Kristol with Tucker Carlson. Thiel, Musk, and Tucker lobbied Trump to pick Vance, and they said, if you don't, the CIA will kill you. Who's the CIA? Who does the CIA, NSA, FBI, DHS, who do they all contract with? Pal Palantir, founded by Peter Thiel and Alex Karp and Joe Lonsdale, Israel First Jews that after October 7th flew their board to Israel and provided them with facial recognition technology to murder Palestinians. J.D. Vance, who upon becoming the VP nominee in his first interview said, we're going to bomb Iran, who went to the Quincy Institute and said, we need a pro-Israel spin on America first. Tucker, who interviewed Vance 46 times on his show, Vance hired his son. Vance's Rockbridge Network was the spawning point of 1789 Capital, founded by Rebecca Mercer and Claremontster Chris Buskirk, which gave Tucker $15 million. Rebecca Mercer funded Steve Bannon at Breitbart that spawned Milo Yiannopoulos' career. And Rebecca Mercer hand-selected George Farmer, Candace Owens' husband, to run Parler in 2021. This is why they want me dead. Who's the Fed? Who's the Fed here? Because I brought all the receipts.
Listen, he said it. I didn't. So I don't want none of y'all jumping out the helicopters on the ropes, coming down to Loveland, making a scene at my home. I believe him though, and I don't really fuck with this young boy at all.
Period.
But bruh, the proof is in the pudding. Follow the money. Who has the most money in this equation, and who's exchanging it with the president for clear favoritism and profit? Things that make you go, All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Live from the Comments section. Tiffany, I know you got 3. Talk to me.
Yes, sir. Now, you know we had way more than 3 because them comments was popping last week.
Yeah, and stop acting like that, y'all. We do 3 so the show can be effective. If you want to join the conversation in the comments, get your ass. All right, Tiff, what's the first one?
Yes, sir. And that is right, because they were conversing in those comments, because Now That's Major came through and said, nah, King Kenny, I'd offer a slight adjustment to the language. It's only about you because the power of a great host is to relate, engage, and curate the best flow of an experience as possible. That is the skill. And you not only have the skill, you have the gift. And that was in response to you telling these hosts to get on their job.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to Major. He's the R&B singer guy. Sorry, the soul singer. That's Major. So make sure y'all support my brother. Yeah, no, I think it's a definite confident thing when it comes to you and things you must have in you to be that connective as a musician or a creative, right? And I do agree that, you know, at the same time, while I said that it's not about you hosting, that remains to be the hierarchy of it, because you want people to feel something, and you can't talk about yourself all the time when you do that. But thank you for your input, brother. Tiffany, I know you got some more comments over there.
Yes, sir. And again, the nation was feeling what you were putting down. So much so that Trav Turner said, man, this is a word. All these R&B parties rotating Can We Talk and Weak Dog, they both got other songs and it's plenty more. And of course, you know, that was when you was on those DJs telling them to get back to digging in those crates.
Digging the crates. Matter of fact, if you don't know what crates are, I don't think you should be DJing, actually. That's a real thing, yeah. Because, I mean, think about what I'm saying, y'all. If y'all playing the same 25 songs, just say 25 songs cover the length of a party. Think of it, that's way out, right? 30, let's say 30. Okay, 30 songs can cover a 2-hour span. More than that, for real, because if it's 2.5 minutes per song, okay, cool. But if you think about only 30 records from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010s, and now to 2020, bro, you got at least 10,000 songs that you could play with in multiple genres of music. Why are you sticking to one playlist? Message. Tiffany, I know you got one more comment over there, baby.
Yes, sir, because I was about to say it may be 30 for the regular person, but if you ever been to a Kenny Burns party, that's quadrupled, okay?
Yeah, you're good for my ego. Thank you. You'll get paid
and
this
week. But I also have to go back to what the nation was saying, because we all know the Justin Godot says 3 applause. Man, I say this all the time. I see so many people in designer from head to toe looking tacky and soulful. And what that's in response
tacky and soulful?
And you know, that was when you told them just because you got on designer don't mean you walking the runway.
Listen, man, I just don't understand what people don't connect between actual style and fashion, right? Like, there's a difference. If you're gonna go on a rack to buy some fashion, right? Just because you've seen, like, people think that the model on the runway, half the time, to be honest with you, especially in this new age of Balenciaga and all that big clown shoe shit y'all be wearing, that shit is not meant to be worn like that, in my opinion. That is a fad, that is a trend. Real style is generationless. Shit you wore in the 70s, you can wear right now. If you really had style, you could put that shit on in any era. That's like I'm going through, by the way, big shout out to my boy, old boy in DC with Metro Vintage. I just went through my coat closet. And whatever my sons don't want, I'm sending to him because, there are pieces I have, and I was on FaceTime with him over the weekend. There are pieces he's like, I know you're not sending that. I was like, absolutely not. I'm not sending you that, nigga. Because I have pieces from 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Now, mind you, almost 30 years ago, somebody broke in my home. Damn. And stole all my low in Versace or whatever was going on in that era. And I probably would still have some of the pieces from 30-something years ago had they not broken my apartment. That's why I got guns and cameras now. All right, that's it, Tiffany. Okay, now it's time for As the World Turns with Kenny Burns. In the immortal words of a real king, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter.
Amen.
And that is to be true about being quiet about the things you know are unjust and not good for humanity. And another quote from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. And that goes out to my white brothers and sisters. If you know it to be true that we are one, that America is the home of the free, then I need you to speak up now more than ever.
Amen.
We love you in real life, TKBS Nation. I need you to go out there and be great and tell everyone you know about the Kenny Burns Show. And do not forget, I swear for God, please do not forget to share, comment, and like what you see here so we can be everywhere. We love you in real life, and on the count of 3, we gonna go pee, because I gotta get up out of here now. What's the credo now? Come on, y'all. 1, 2, 3. The dream is real. Ron, I need to hear you now getting that mic. That boy, goddamn it, I told you about that boy. I didn't get that boy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, peace. The dream is real.